And welcome out, everybody, to Cleveland Field at Williamson Stadium here on day 3 of the USA South Baseball Tournament. Bill Bailey here with you. Glad you could join us on this Friday morning/afternoon. And we got 2 teams in the winner's bracket right now looking for their shot heading into the championship game. It's the Battling Bishops of North Carolina Wesleyan taking on the LaGrange Panthers here, the hometown products. Let's look at the starting lineups. First, for the Panthers, they will be the visitors today. They come in 24-15 overall. Number 24 is Rhett Mixon, the right fielder. Batting second, Jacob Gassert, the left fielder. Hitting third, James Portapanik, the center fielder. Batting fourth, Jack Laverston, the first baseman. In the 5 spot, the DH, McKinley Herbs. Batting sixth, Austin Jones, the catcher. Hitting seventh, Jackson Patrick, the third baseman. In the 8th spot is Rhett Holland, the shortstop. And batting ninth, Dawson Weaver, the second baseman. So Mixon, Gassert, Portapanik, Laverston, Herbs, Jones, Patrick, Holland, then Weaver. On the hill for the Battling Bishops, number 5, Brenner Porter, a junior right-handed pitcher. Bishops come in 21-21 overall. The Panthers 24-15. And the first pitch is a bunt, third base side, off the hill, throw to first and throws it over Kroom. It will head out to Johnson in right, and Rhett Mixon starts out with the bent single. So it'll be a base hit, a little bunt hit, and an error charged. And the Panthers with the runner in scoring position here to start. It brings up Jacob Gassert, now the left fielder. First pitch in there for a strike. One pitch to Gassert high, the throw back down to second, and sliding back safely is Mixon. Panthers as a team this year batting .284, on base percentage of .380, and slugging at .386 on the season. The pitch popped up back into the netting. And the count goes to 1-2. Porter making his 9th start of the season, 1-2 record. In 40 2/3 innings pitched, he's given up 52 hits as this one sliced foul. Stays at 1-2. He's given up 52 hits, 34 runs. 20 of those 34 have been earned. He's walked 19, struck out 20. An ERA right now sitting at 4.43 for the junior righty. Porter fires this one. Line shot over the head of Pennington. And the Panthers will take the early 1-0 lead thanks to the RBI single from Gassert. This will bring up Portapanik, the senior righty out of Sharpsburg, Georgia. 1 on, nobody out. Pitch is in there from Porter for a strike. Throw back to first, not in time. Portapanek on the year leading the Panthers, 49 hits on the season, 36 runs, 35 RBIs. Next pitch goes high, 1-1 the count. Portapanek with 5 doubles, 4 triples, 4 home runs on the season to lead the team. 4 of the 14 have come off of the bat of Portapanek. He's walked 13 times, struck out 22 times on the year, as that's a swing and a miss. Tries the count to 1-2. Portapanek, a batting average of .312, on base percentage of .367, and slugging at .471 this year. Gasser on the board at first. Nobody out, 1-2 count. Porter turns, fires, swung on and missed by Portapanek. And that'll be the first ring up of the day for Brennan Porter. 1 away, and now here's the Rookie of the Year in the USA South, Jack Layerson. Layerson, a freshman out of Ponte Vedra, Florida. Layerson second on the team in terms of hits at 47. As a strike thrown across. 47 hits, 28 runs scored, 33 RBIs. Batting .333 right now is Layerson. He's got 5 doubles, 6 triples to lead the team, and 3 home runs. On base percentage of .420, slugging at .518 as that one bounced right back to the pitcher to second for 1. The relay throw is in time. And the Battling Bishops out of the inning, but the Panthers 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error, and no one left on base. We'll take it to the bottom of the first inning. Panthers leading 1-0, and back with more USA South action right after this timeout. And welcome back out as we head back to the bottom of the first inning. Battling Bishops coming to the plate. Their lineup looks like this. Leading off is Brad Pennington, the second baseman. Hitting second, the right fielder, Max Johnson. In the 3 spot, the catcher, Brandon Wheat. Batting fourth, the DH, Nate Gardner. Batting fifth, Alec Titmus, the shortstop. Hitting sixth, Trey Kroom, the first baseman. Batting seventh, the left fielder, Logan Andrews. Batting eighth, Caleb Nairn, the third baseman. And hitting ninth, the center fielder, Cedric Cornegie. So Pennington, Johnson, Wheat, Gardner, Titmus, Kroom, Andrews, Nairn, Cornegie. On the hill for the Panthers, it'll be Colin Barrett, the senior righty out of Mobile, Alabama, as he will face Pennington, Johnson, and Wheat to start things off here in the bottom of the first. Panthers leading 1-0, 1 run on 2 hits in that first inning of action for the Panthers. As Barrett readies. First pitch off the top of the bat and fouled back. 0-1 the count. Barrett on the year, making his 10th start of the season. Comes in with a 5-4 record, 1 complete game under his belt as well. He is the most innings pitched out of any of the Panthers with 61 on the year. Is that one outside? Ball 1. 1-1 the count. Barrett's given up 75 hits, 37 runs, 30 of the 37 have been earned. He's walked 15, struck out 44, and ERA sitting at 4.43 right now for the senior righty. The next pitch is strike 1 and 2 the count. The pitch down low. Count evens up at 2 apiece on Pennington. Pennington, 40 hits this year for the Battling Bishops, 30 runs scored, 28 RBIs on the season. Is that one off the end of the bat and foul, and it will stay at 2-2. Out of the 40 hits, 10 doubles to lead the Bishops team, 5 home runs as well. He's walked 20 times, struck out 21. As that one in the dirt, and the count will run to full now at 3-2. So Pennington, 278 batter, 391 on base percentage, and 451 slugging percentage. Three and two the count, the pitch on the way. Swung on and hit between short and third out to left field. Gassert will collect, and the Battling Bishops have opened things up with a single. So Pennington aboard. Placing that one into left field on the 3-2 count. It brings up Max Johnson now, the right fielder. Johnson, a junior righty out of Wilmington, North Carolina. First pitch as he looks to bunt. Out to the side, Jones looking towards first base on that one. Johnson, a .308 batting average coming in, 37 hits, 26 runs scored, 27 RBIs with 3 doubles, 3 triples, 8 home runs to lead this Battling Bishop team. As the throw down to first, not in time. The Battling Bishops have hit 26 home runs on the season. Johnson on base percentage of .404, slugging at .583 this year. Is this one pushed towards first? Off, Larison comes off, and does he get the tag? And he will get the tag. Able just to get enough leather on the side of Johnson to retire him. Pennington, however, advances to second on the play and puts a runner in scoring position for the Bishops. So 1 on, 1 out now for Brandon Wheat, the catcher. Wheat, a junior righty out of Lithia, Florida. First pitch bounces away from Jones, and this will allow Pennington to take third. One and 0 the count to Wheat. Wheat hitting .296 on the season. 34 hits, 22 runs scored, 14 RBIs. 5 doubles, 2 triples, 3 home runs. He's done a little bit of everything this year. Hitting in the 3 spot today. 1-0 pitch. High in the air towards right. Chasing is Mixon. He'll come in, make the grab. Fired in quickly. The throw home will be late. And sliding in safe is Pennington to tie it at 1 apiece here in the bottom of the first inning. Mixon's got a good arm, but Pennington too good of a jump that time, and they've tied things up here at 1 apiece in the bottom of the first. So now 2 outs for the DH, Nate Gardner. First pitch in for a strike on Gardner. Next pitch just off the plate. 1-1 the count. Gardner, a righty, junior out of Hertford, North Carolina. This one slicing foul to the right. This one back up the middle for Gardner, who's batting .278 on the year. That's his 41st hit of the season. And Gardner will put another runner on with 2 outs. And it brings up Alec Titmus, the shortstop. Titmus, a sophomore right-handed batter out of Tampa, Florida. First pitch, a little high for ball 1. Titmus hitting .341 on the year. As that one gets away from Jones again, taking off to second. The throw is late, and so is the tag applied, as sliding in safely and easily is Gardner. Titmus batting .341 on the year, 47 hits, 25 runs scored, 21 RBIs. But out of the 47 hits, only 3 have gone for extra bases, and all 3 of those have been doubles. On-base percentage of .401, slugging at .362 this year for the sophomore righty. 2-0 the count to Titmus. The pitch up and away to the right again. Count moves to 2-1. As a team this year, the Battling Bishops hitting .274, an on-base percentage of .353, and slugging at .381 with the before-mentioned 26 home runs on the year as a team. 2-1 pitch in there for his strike. 2-2 the count. Two and 2 the count. 2 outs. Runner at second. Gardner off the bag. That one. Oh, Jones thought he had strike 3, took a couple of steps to the dugout, and the umpire said, nope, looks like a ball. 3-2. Barrett resets and fires. This one up in the air. Paddock with the long run in, will make the catch in shallow right center for out number 3. But the Battling Bishops strike themselves here in the first inning. 1 run on a couple of hits, no errors, and 1 left. We'll go to the top of the second, tied at 1 apiece, and we'll be back with more USA South action right after this quick timeout. And welcome back out. We go to the top of the second inning, tied at 1. Erms, Jones, Patrick due up here, and Erms will slice one, a liner, but right into the glove of Kroom for out number 1. That retires the DH. Brings up Austin Jones now, the catcher. Jones, a senior lefty out of Oxford, Alabama. First pitch is down low for ball one. Defensively, by the way, Porter on the hill. Weed is battery mate behind the plate. Kroom at first, Pennington at second, Titmus at short, Nairns at third. In the outfield from left to right, it goes Andrews, Cornegie, and Johnson as this one dribbles its way to short, and Titmus cannot come up with it. And that'll be an error, the second on the day here for the Battling Bishops. So 1 on and 1 out for Jackson Patrick, the third baseman. Patrick, a senior right-handed batter out of Dallas, Georgia, made the all-sportsmanship team here in the USA South in 2018. Runner takes off. This one up in the air and back. Oh, and 1 the count on Patrick, who's batting .290 on the season. 29 hits, 22 runs scored, 16 RBIs. 5 doubles, 1 home run on the season. He's walked 20 times, struck out 15 times. On-base percentage of .424, slugging at .370. Panthers as a team this year come into this game with 62 stolen bases. 26 times they've been caught. That pitch in for a strike. Now 0-2 on Patrick. Jones, the catcher this year, at first, 0 for 2 in the stolen base department this season for the Panthers. Porter turns, fires back to first, not in time. Beautiful day out here, by the way, on this Friday. Around 73 degrees here at LaGrange. First pitch. Winds out of the south around 14 miles an hour. It was kind of blowing in a little bit during pregame, but now blowing straight out towards center as this one hit back up the middle off the glove of Pennington. And the Panthers will have 2 aboard. Jones goes to second, and that'll be a hit for Patrick. Panthers get their 3rd hit of the day as it just escaped the leather of Pennington. And it brings up now Rhett Holland, the shortstop. Holland, a junior lefty out of Prattville, Alabama. First pitch hit towards second. Pennington up with it, turns, lost the handle, fires to first. He will get the runner out at first. Trying to turn, and it looked like the baseball just got stuck on his hip as he was trying to twist around and find Titmus covering the bag at second. So Jones will go to third on the play. Patrick safe at second. 2 outs now, though, as Holland retired. And it brings up the number 9 man in Dawson Weaver, the second baseman. First pitch off the end of the bat and back, foul into the netting for Weaver. 0-1 the count on the sophomore out of Columbus, Georgia. This pitch off the glove, not far enough though for Jones to have too many thoughts about coming home. Weaver hitting .292 on the year for the Panthers this season. 28 hits, 21 runs scored, 11 RBIs. 3 extra base hits this year, all doubles for Dawson Weaver. He's walked 19 times, struck out 11, on-base percentage of .419, slugging at .323 on the season for the sophomore lefty. One count to Weaver, the pitch. High in the air towards left. Andrews gauging over to the line and about a step off the line in foul territory. He'll make the grab for out number 3. Panthers in the top of the second. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 2 left. We'll go to the bottom of the second, tied at 1, and we'll have more USA South baseball action for you right after this quick break. Welcome back out to Cleveland Field at Williamson Stadium. We go to the bottom of the second. Battling Bishops coming to the plate with Kroom, Andrews, and Naren. 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order. Up first is Trey Kroom, the first baseman. Kroom, a junior righty out of Wilmington, North Carolina. And pitch outside. Barrett fires again. That one low. Kroom on the year hitting .261, 37 hits in 142 at-bats with 24 runs scored, 16 RBIs. He's got 7 doubles, 3 home runs on the year, 17 walks, 17 strikeouts as well. That pitch outside, and that'll be ball 4. So 4 straight pitches from Barrett, and the leadoff walk drawn by Kroom. The first walk of the day given up by Barrett, and it'll bring up Logan Andrews now, the left fielder. Andrews, a junior righty out of Burlington, North Carolina. First pitch, that one's across the plate for his strike. Andrews, 44 hits in 153 at-bats this year with 20 runs scored, 23 RBIs, 7 doubles, 4 home runs, 9 walks, 28 Ks. So his average at .288, on-base percentage of .335, and slugging right now at .412 on the season for the junior righty, as that one a bunt attempt underneath the bat. Might have caught a piece of Jones as well, as the umpire will give him a little time to regroup. 0-2 the count on Andrews. His Battling Bishop team, 32 stolen bases in 42 attempts this year. 0-2 the count. Kroom aboard at first after drawing the leadoff walk. The pitch, liner, and that one will get down in right field. Mixon picks it up, fires it in strongly to third, but just getting there in time is Kroom. And runners on the corners now for the Battling Bishops here with nobody out in the bottom of the second. Good piece of hitting, went with the pitch that time to Kroom. And just flashed it out into right field in front of Mixon. So both teams now with 3 hits on the day. As a meeting on the mound now coming here for the Panthers. Panthers defensively, Barrett on the hill, Jones behind the plate. Lawerson at first, Weaver at second, Holland is at short, Patrick at third. In the outfield from left to right, it goes Gassert, Poropatic, then Mixon. Of course, both of these teams find themselves in the championship portion of the bracket still. In the winners portion of the bracket, I should say. North Carolina Wesleyan took down the number 1 seed in their last outing 2-1. They scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second, and then held on behind a solid outing from Drew Tubb, who went 8 1/3, gave up 7 hits, but just the 1 run. Walk 4, struck out 4. Luke Mills came in for the save for the Battling Bishops as well to pick up his 4th save of the year. Panthers had to go to extra innings in their contest against Piedmont. Walk-off win as Austin Jones nailed a 2-out double in the bottom of the 10th to give the Panthers a 5-4 victory over the Lions. So that's how they find themselves. The winner here today finds themselves really in the driver's seat. And into the championship game for tomorrow is this pitch in there for a strike to Caleb Naren, the third baseman. Naren is senior lefty out of Cherryville, North Carolina. On the year, Naren hitting .261, 35 hits in 134 at-bats with 22 runs scored, 18 RBIs on the year for the lefty. This pitch swung on and missed, now 0-2 on Naren. Aaron with 6 doubles, 2 triples, 1 home run. He's walked 20 times, struck out 22 times. Batting average of .261, on base percentage of .353, and slugging at .358 on the season. 0-2 the count. Kroom aboard at third, Andrews at first, nobody out, and now Barrett will check around, and he'll reset. The 0-2 offering, swung on and missed. That was chest high, and Narad caught chasing. First strikeout of the day for Barrett. Kroom remains at third, Andrews at first, and the number 9 man, Cedric Cornegie, the center fielder, will step to the plate. Cornegie, a junior righty out of Faison, North Carolina. First pitch, bunt attempt, popped up. Jones' mask off and cannot catch up to it as it bounces about 3 feet in front of the backstop. Cornegie on the year, 30 hits and 127 at-bats with 21 runs scored, 19 RBIs. 5 of the 30 hits have been for extra bases, and all 5 have gone for doubles. He's walked 20 times, struck out 30 times this year, a batting average of .236, on base percentage of .344, and slugging at .276. And now Barrett again, checks third, checks first. Kroom at third, Andrews aboard at first, 1 out. Patrick a couple of steps in on the grass at third for the Panthers as Barrett does the same thing again, checks third, checks first. That wind was blowing out, now blowing straight back in from center field. 0-1 pitch. Bunted, first base side. Larison picks it up, turns, flips it back, and the runner is safe. Trotting down the line was Cornegie. Panthers unable to get the out, and scoring from third is Kroom to make it 2-1 in favor of the Bishops. It'll go as a bunt single. Andrews goes to second. Runner is at first and second now, and the Battling Bishops will head back to the top of the order, and Brad Pennington, the second baseman, comes up. He singled and scored in his first at bat today. Two to one. Bishops with the lead on 4 hits is that pitch. Fastball misses inside on Pennington. Sophomore righty swings, throw down to third, tag out at third. As the double seal was on, but Logan Andrews caught going to third. Cornegie safely in at second, but now 2 outs. And a 1-1 count on Pennington. This one popped up right side. Larison in foul territory. Takes a step back. Oh, popped it. Was it foul? They're going to say a foul ball. They're going to say a foul ball. That thing hit the heel of the glove of Larison and popped back out. He was straddling the line as that ball came down. And now I think Coach Long wants a little more clarification on that one. Be an error on Larison. He was close to the line, and they're going to rule that that was in foul territory, so they'll move Cornegie back to second. One and two the count as Pennington comes back and gets the gloves back on. Larison was just looking up, not looking at the ball as it came down. He was almost like he got caught off guard looking at home with Cornegie coming across. But in any case, the Panthers remain just down one. Cornegie back at second. Pennington waits on the 1-2 offering. The pitch, low and inside, 2-2. Two and two the counts, 2 outs, runner at second. Barrett checks and fires. That one low and inside. And we go to 3-2. Three and two the count. Barrett trying to keep things right here where they stand. 3-2 pitch, swung on and fouled. Third base side. Kroom started off this inning, drew the walk. Andrews with the single. Narin went down swinging, and then a bunt signal with an RBI for Cornegie, who followed him as the walk drawn. So Pennington able to wait out Barrett. Draws the walk. Runners at first and second now. Pennington at first, Cornegie at second. It brings up Max Johnson, the right fielder. He was an honorable mention on the USA South Conference honors. Had a sac bunt in his first at bat today. The junior righty waiting on Barrett. The pitch catches the inside edge for a strike. 0-1 the count. Barrett fires. This one hit out toward center. Poropatic a couple of steps back, and he'll squeeze it for out number 3. Battling Bishops, though, get 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on base. We'll take it to the top of the third. Battling Bishops with a 2-1 lead, and back with more USA South baseball after this quick timeout. And welcome back out. We go to the top of the third. Battling Bishops with a 2-1 lead over the LaGrange Panthers. It'll be 1, 2, and 3 coming up for the Panthers. Mixon, Gassert, then Poropatic. First is Red Mixon, the right fielder. First pitch he sees is down low for ball 1. Mixon board on the bunt single and scored in his first at bat today. Is that pitch way outside? Count goes to 2-0. The freshman switch hitter out of Loganville, Georgia. Hit. Did that hit him? Oh, it went right between him, right past him. Well, I heard a smack. It might have been off the dirt that time. So now 3-0 the count. If you're unfamiliar with Cleveland Field at Williamson Stadium, it's 330 down the lines, 375 to the power alleys, and 400 to dead center. As a strike thrown in there, 3-1 the count. Surrounding the outfield is a 10-foot wall, and then it juts up in dead center to about 25 feet. 3-1 pitch. Outside, ball 4. Mixon thought about it, gave a little bit of a flinch of the wrist, but held off and draws the leadoff walk. That'll be the first walk issued by Porter, and it brings up Jacob Gassert now. Gassert with an RBI single in his first at bat today. Throw back to first, not in time. Mixon on the year, 10 stolen bases in 14 attempts this season, as that one fouled down and off. Count goes to 0-1 on Gassert. Oh, 1 pitch. Bunt right back to the pitcher. Porter off the hill in front of the mound. Fires to first in time, but the job done is Gassert able to move Mixon over to second and put him in scoring position. So Mixon at second. One away now for Poropanik. Poropanik, first team all-conference this season. He struck out in his first at-bat. Did the senior righty. Mixon takes off, and no throw attempt. A huge jump that time by Mixon. He'd stepped about 10 to 12 feet away from the bag, and with a little bit of a hop and a go, able to take third. Wheat had no play at him at third. 1-0 the count now to Poropanik. He'll bunt it first base side. Coming up, Kroom. He'll throw home. The throw is high. Sliding in head first safely is Mixon, and the Panthers have tied it at 2 here in the top half of the third inning. Mixon putting the running skills on display after reaching on a walk. Gets to second off the sac bunt of Gassert, steals third, and then comes home on the bunt from Poropanik. Brings up Larison now, the first baseman. Freshman lefty waits, one on, nobody out. Poropanik takes off. The throw is on the money, and Poropanik caught at second. Wheat with a perfect strike to Titmus covering the bag at second. And Poropanik caught for the second out of the inning. One pitch on the way, that one outside. Count goes to 2-1 now on Larison. Two-one pitch. Slapped down to the second baseman off the chest of Pennington. He'll recover, though, in time to Kroom for out number 3. Panthers, though, 1 run. No hits, no errors, no one left. 2-2 as we head to the bottom of the third inning, and we'll have more USA South action for you right after this quick timeout. And welcome back out as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Battling Bishops coming back to the plate. 3, 4, and 5 due up in the order. Wheat, Gardner, then Titmus. Up first is Brandon Wheat, the catcher. First pitch to Wheat is in there for his strike. Wheat, the junior righty out of Lithia, Florida. Sac fly RBI in his first at-bat today. This one hit high in the air towards center. Poropatic coming on along with Mixon. It'll be Mixon to take it in right center for out number 1. One away and brings up the DH now in Nate Gardner. Gardner with a single in his first at-bat back in the first inning. First pitch just misses outside for ball 1. Of course, we said this is the third day of the USA South Baseball Tournament. As this one swung on and missed, 1-1 to Gardner. On day 1, on Wednesday the 11th, it was North Carolina Wesleyan winning 4-2 over Huntington. Methodist 10-4 winners over William Peace. Piedmont over Maryville 8-6. And Ferrum falls to LaGrange 2-1 as this one hit up into right center again. And this time it'll be Poropatic making the catch for out number 2. Alec Titmus, honorable mention all conference, the shortstop. Up at the plate now with nobody on and 2 outs. He flew out to center in his last at bat. First pitch here, breaks and catches the edge for a strike, 0-1. Yesterday in baseball action, Huntington in the first game wins 5-4 over William Peace. North Carolina Wesleyan 2-1 winners over Methodist to put them into this spot today. LaGrange, as we mentioned, walk-off 5-4 winners over Piedmont yesterday to advance them as Titmus reaching and and will go down swinging. 3 up, 3 down for the Battling Bishops here in the bottom of the third. We'll take it to the top of the fourth, tied at 2, and back with more USA South Baseball after this quick break. Welcome back out. We go to the top of the fourth inning, tied at 2 between the Battling Bishops and the Panthers. Panthers coming to the plate here in the top of the fourth inning with Irvs, Jones, and Patrick. 5, 6, and 7 in the batting order. Up first is the DH, McKinley Irvs. First pitch to him is a ball down low. 1-0 the count. Irvs hit a shot, but hit it right at Kroom as he lined out. This one, a 2-hopper through the infield, will find its way out to center field, and that'll be a base hit for McKinley Irvs, and the 4th of the day for the Panthers. Brings up the catcher now, and Austin Jones. The senior lefty waits, 1 on, nobody out. Panthers have been aggressive so far on the base pads here today. As the first pitch rides high for ball one. As we were talking about the USA South Tournament last night, the final two games of the night, both of them were played here at Cleveland Field at Williamson Stadium. As that pitch rides outside, 2-0 the count now on Jones. Piedmont had to turn around after falling 5-4 and 10. They turned around and topped the Hawks of Huntington 13-9. And in the late game last night, didn't get started until around 9 Eastern. Methodist 10-5 winner over Ferrum as this one off to the left and out of play. Naren gave a little chase and saw it go towards the bullpen. So we find ourselves with two games here today. This game in the winner's bracket, LaGrange and North Carolina Wesleyan. The winner will advance to tomorrow's championship game. The loser will wait to play later on today. And right now, in the bottom half of the bracket, Methodist and Piedmont will face off. That one is scheduled for 3 p.m. Eastern Time. The loser of this one will play the winner of the next game at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. That's what time that one is scheduled to go anyway. We started with 8 and right now down to 4 here on day 3 of the USA South Baseball Tournament. 3-1 the count to Jones. The pitch fought off and fouled off to the right. Count runs to full at 3-2. Three and two the count. Porter, the sign from Wheat, fires. This one hit down the line. 2 bounces to first. The relay throw, and he's out at second. Excellent play by Kroom, the first baseman that time. Couple of hops into his glove, stepped on the bag at first and made the quick flick of the wrist over to second to Titmus, who was covering, and that'll be the double play, and that's the second double play of the day for the Battling Bishops. So 2 outs, nobody aboard now for Jackson Patrick, the third baseman. He'll pop it up into right field. Johnson will secure it, and that'll be out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, no one left. We'll take it to the bottom of 4, tied at 2, and we'll have more USA South baseball for you right after this quick break. And welcome back out. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning, tied at 2. Kroom, Andrews, Naren Due up 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order. Up first, Kroom. He'll swing at the first pitch, pops it up high in the air to left. Everyone looking around. It looks like Holland has a beat on it, and he'll make the catch in shallow left for out number 1. Gassert was coming in with his arms to his side. Patrick couldn't find it either. Holland, thankfully, was able to see it for the Panthers and retire Kroom, and this will bring up now Logan Andrews, the left fielder. Singled and then was caught stealing in the second inning. This pitch popped up to the right. Back on a play. Count moves to 1-1. Of course, the USA South softball tournament starting already here today. Over at the softball complex is the 1-1 pitch in the dirt. 2-1 the count to Andrews. Covenant 2-0 winners over Meredith today in the first game. Averett 3-2 winners over Piedmont. So that sets up for 2 p.m. Eastern time. Salem and Averett will face off. Maryville and Covenant will also face off at 2 p.m. Eastern. Two-two pitch outside. Count goes to full at 3-2 on Andrews. Of course, the men's tennis tournament getting underway today as this one off the top of the bat back to the netting, and we'll stay at 3-2. In first round action, it's Piedmont and Averett, and Methodist taking on LaGrange. The winners there will advance to take on North Carolina Wesleyan and Covenant tomorrow. 3-2 pitch up high, ball 4, he walked him. Second walk given up today by Colin Barrett. Puts Andrews at first, 1 out now for the third baseman, Caleb Narin. Narin went down swinging in his first at bat back in the second inning. First pitch in for a strike on Narin. Men's lacrosse, they will play tomorrow in their semifinal matchups. Huntington against Greensboro. Piedmont will play Methodist. That pitch outside. Count moves to 1-1. One pitch, throw back to first, not in time. In women's lacrosse, of course, first round action took place this past Tuesday. As 1-1 offering up high, 2-1. Methodist over Averett 20-6. Greensboro 5 better than Ferrum, 15-10 in first round action. That set up the semifinals going on today as the runner takes off. Jones fires it on a one-hopper. The tag, and they're going to say he's out at second. Andrews caught stealing. Jones, it took a hop to get there, but able to find Holland for the second out. 2-2 the count on Narin now with 2 outs and nobody aboard. The righty fires, the lefty waits. This one swung on, popped up. Larison in foul territory. Waiting. It comes down finally, and he'll secure it for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. We'll take it to the top of the 5th, tied at 2 between the Panthers and the Battling Bishops, and we'll have more baseball for you right after this quick timeout. Welcome back out. We go to the top of the fifth inning. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Panthers. 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for the Battling Bishops as the Panthers back at the plate with 8, 9, and 1 here in the lineup. First pitch to the number 8 man, the shortstop, Rhett Holland, is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Holland grounded out in his first at-bat to second. This pitch swung on, hit to second again. Pennington off a couple of hops, flicks to first in time for out number 1. So bring up Dawson Weaver, the second baseman. Weaver popped it up in foul territory and was retired by Andrews, the left fielder, in his first at-bat to end the inning. And the second is that pitch in the dirt low, 1-0 the count. This game even up. These two teams did not play each other this season. In fact, the last time these two teams played, 364 days ago, actually, in the USA South Tournament. Panthers won it 2-1. 1-0 pitch. Bouncer chasing is Pennington. It will get past his reach. And a 1-out hit for the number 9 man in Weaver. That thing was skipping up about chest high. Thought Pennington might have a shot at it, and it just gets by his reach out into right field to Johnson. And so Weaver will collect hit number 5 for the Panthers, and we'll head back to the top of the order now, and Rhett Mixon, the right fielder. Mixon has reached twice, first on a bunt, then on a walk. He has scored both runs today for the Panthers.
Hey, look for it, yeah, look for it.
Oh, and 1 to count the pitch off the top of the bat. Mixon with a stolen base already here today. Actually took third back in that third inning. He put on an impressive running display in that inning as this one down the line and left and foul off the fencing. 0-2 the count. Glad to see the collection of the people on the hill once again back with us on this Friday. Lots of baseball for them to take in today out in left field. Nothing like a little Friday afternoon tailgating. Get the weekend started. 0-2 the count on Mixon. That pitch just off the edge, 1-2. Porter checks and then fires back to first. This pitch grounded towards Titmus at short. He'll flip to second for 1, and no relay chance for Pennington. Turned and was trying to find the baseball, but Mixon already quickly down the line as he reaches, so he'll reach on a fielder's choice. We'll go 6-4 on the play for the second out of the inning. So 2 outs now. Mixon aboard at first, and it brings up Jacob Gassert, the left fielder. Gassert, an RBI single in the first, sac bunt in the third inning. Throw back to first, not in time. Gassert came into this game as the leading base stealer for the Panthers. 11 stolen bases in 14 attempts this year for Gassert. Only he and Mixon with 10 are in double digits this season for LaGrange. Paddock following them up with 8, and then it's McKinley Ers with 7 behind the top 3. That pitch down low, 2-0. This one inside, almost hit the right forearm of Gassert. Count goes to 3-0. The pitch outside, now 3-0. The count. Mixon aboard at first, and the walk drawn by Gassert. Gassert walks for the 8th time this season, as now Wheat wants to have a word with Porter. Second walk issued by Porter today. So Mixon goes to second, Gassert aboard at first, 2 outs. Tie ball game at 2, and it brings up the number 3 hitter in the first team all-conference, James Paddock, the center fielder. The right-handed senior struck out in the first inning. Bunted and reached on a fielder's choice in the third. Then was caught stealing later on in that inning. 1-0 the count now. Porter's thrown 5 consecutive balls here. Porter came into this inning, 45 pitches, 28 of those thrown for strikes through 4 complete. As this one hit high in the air to right. Johnson waiting underneath it. He'll camp and catch and make the out for out number 3. Panthers in the top half of the 5th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. We'll take it to the bottom of 5, 2-2, battling Bishops and Panthers, and we'll have more USA South baseball for you right after this quick timeout. Welcome back out. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. 9-1-2 coming up for the battling Bishops. Cornegie, Pennington, then Johnson due up. Up first is the number 9 man, the center fielder, Cedric Cornegie. First pitch from Barrett, up high for ball 1. Cornegie with a bunt single RBI in his first at bat in the 2nd inning. And the count moves to 1-1 now. Both starting pitchers in the game still. Barrett for the Panthers. Porter for, is that one off the chest of Barrett? It rolls right to the first baseman, Larison, who steps on the bag for out number 1. But now They might have a quick check of Colin Barrett, who's just trying to walk around behind the mound and walk it off. That thing took a thump right off his chest and then ricocheted towards Larison at first. The senior out of Mobile, Alabama. He's going to claim chest of steel. He looks like he's all right. He's fine. When the trainer comes back smiling, you know everything's going all right. So one away. Brings up Pennington now, back at the top of the order. The sophomore righty waits. First pitch in for strike one. Pennington singled and scored in the first inning. And then walked in the second. Is that one in for a strike? Oh, and 2 quickly here on Pennington. Barrett reels and fires again. This one, 2-hop to the shortstop, Holland. He'll fling to first in time for out number 2.
Now batting for the Battling Bishops, number 21, Max Johnson.
2 down, nobody aboard now for Max Johnson. The right fielder, all honorable mention in this year's conference selections. 4 different selections for North Carolina Wesleyan this year, 3 for the Panthers of LaGrange, as the breaking ball finds its spot for a strike on Johnson. Johnson, by the way, a sac bunt in the first, flew out to center in the second. But you got Pennington and Gardner, who are second team All USA South. There's a deep shot, will just go foul. Hits off the top of the fencing. That one took off, started tailing early, but then straightened itself out a little bit. And just a long foul down the left field side. Makes it 0-2 now on Johnson. As I was saying, you had Pennington and Gardner as second team all selections. Honorable mention selections go to Mac Johnson and Alec Titmus. For the Panthers, Porapanic first team all selection. All sportsmanship, Jackson Patrick for the Panthers. And Jack Larison also honorable mention on top of being Rookie of the Year in the USA South. As it swung on and missed, Jones picks it up, fires down to first, and that will end the inning. 1-2-3 inning for the Panther defense. The second 1-2-3 inning they've held here today as we move now to the top of the 6th. Tied at 2 between the Battling Bishops and the Panthers. We'll have more USA South baseball for you right after this quick timeout. Welcome back out. We go to the top of inning number 6. It'll be Larison, Irves, and Jones, 4, 5, and 6 in the batting order as the freshman swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1 the count. Larison, a couple of ground outs, once to short, once to second here today for the freshman lefty. That pitch took a skip off the plate, it looked like. 1-1 the count. Porter reels and fires, line shot, and this one gets down in front of Johnson and right for a base hit. And so Lamerson will collect his first hit of the day. Panthers with their 6th hit of the day. And the Panthers, that's the 4th time in 6 innings that the leadoff man has reached here. It'll bring up McKinley Erz, the DH. He's 1 for 2 today, lined out to first in the 2nd inning and then singled in the 4th. He'll take off from first, Will Lamerson, and now called back after the ball fouled by Erz. Lamerson, 4 stolen bases in 7 attempts this year for the Panthers. 0-1 bunt, first base side. Porter off the hill, bobbles it, picks it up, underhand flip, just in time to get Erz at first. He does the job, though, and moves Lamerson over to second in scoring position. Porter, trouble with that one early, but good composure to stay with it and then flip it to Kroom at first for the out. We'll bring up the catcher now in Austin Jones. Jones reached on an error in the 2nd, hit into a double play in the 4th inning for the Panthers. First pitch he sees here is ball 1. One-0 pitch, way outside, 2-0. Yeah, you look at these two teams, we mentioned they didn't play at all this year, playing here in the USA South Tournament. In 2017, their only meeting was in the USA South Tournament as well. The last time these two played a series was actually back in 2015, in the 2nd week of April, and North Carolina Wesleyan took 2 of 3 from the Panthers. So these two teams, maybe not too familiar with each other, although they do end up meeting up in the USA South Tournament, it seems like, every year. Three-0 pitch on the way, taken all the way for a strike. Count goes to 3-1 now on the senior out of Oxford, Alabama. And now they're going to call a balk on Porter. Didn't really see what would have caused the balk. But that will push Lamerson over to third. Oh, he came set twice? Oh, okay. So he came set twice and issued the balk. This one hit high in the air and deep. Cornegie in right center waiting on it. Squeezes it. Tagging is Lamerson at third, and he will trot home. And the Panthers have taken now a 3-2 lead here in the top of the 6th. Jones credited with the sac fly RBI. And with 2 outs and nobody aboard, it brings up the third baseman now in Jackson Patrick. First pitch to Patrick is a strike. Patrick singled in the 2nd inning, flew out to right field in the 4th. His pitch in for another strike from Porter. Oh, and 2 the count. Porter still looking strong after giving up the run here in this inning. That one breaks and just getting a piece of it. Ticked off the top of the bat of Patrick. And so the righty out of Dallas, Georgia will stay alive at 0-2. To the count, 2 outs. Top of the 6th, Panthers with the 3-2 lead. One outside, 1-2 now to Patrick. The 1-2 off the top of the bat, flashes foul off to the right. Looking at these two teams right now as the 1-2 fouled down again. Panthers 0 for 4 hitting with 2 outs. North Carolina Wesleyan 1 for 6 with 2 outs. One and 2 the count. This will be pitch number 7 on the way to Jackson Patrick. Low. 2-2. Two offering outside, and now fought off a couple of pitches, and he sees the count run to full. So 3-2 the count, 2 outs. Patrick waits the pitch. Hit, and will see itself out into left field for the base hit. Patrick able to slip that one between Titmus and Nairn for the 2-out hit. And now the Panthers will go down to the number 8 man in the shortstop, Rhett Holland. 7th hit of the day for LaGrange College here. Holland 0 for 2 today. Both times he grounded out to Pennington at second. First pitch, I'm going to say a little bit low, 1-0. And now a word with the starter, Porter. And I think this is going to give maybe someone time to start warming up in the bullpen. Both starters, as we mentioned, have been in. Porter so far through 5 2/3 has given up 7 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, walked 2, struck out 1, 1 balk as well. He had 58 pitches coming into the 6th inning, did Porter. Barrett, on the other hand, 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, given up. 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 69 pitches in 5 innings. So 11 more pitches through 5 innings for the LaGrange pitcher. As it looks like they got Christian Heisey and Luke Mills warming up right now in the Battling Bishop bullpen. This one fouled off to the left. One and 1 the count to Holland. Patrick standing aboard at first. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Panthers with a 3-2 advantage. That pitch stays high. Count goes to 2-1. Order the sign, runner takes off. This pitch up in the air and fouled off again, and so Patrick will have to backtrack. Count now even up at 2-2. Order the righty gets the sign. The lefty Howland waits. Runner takes off again, and this one nubbed down off the top of the bat, and will stay at 2-2. This will be pitch number 24 of the inning. It'll be the most by far here in the inning for Porter. As a throwback to first, not in time. He had 13 pitches in the third inning and the fifth inning. And that was his high to this point, but 20-plus pitches here. Runner takes off again on the 2-2 count. This one sliced out to left. Andrews waiting. He'll make the grab, and that'll be out number 3 here in the top half of the sixth. Panthers, though, 1 run on a couple of hits. No errors and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the sixth, 3-2. Panthers with the lead now. Battling Bishops coming back to the plate. We'll have that for you here. And more USA South baseball after this timeout. Welcome back out. Bottom of the sixth, 3-2. Panthers with the lead. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 coming up for the Battling Bishops. Wheat, Gardner, then Titmus. First pitch to Wheat in there for his strike. Barrett quickly fires again. That one foul tipped down. 0-2 now on Wheat. Wheat with a sac fly RBI in the first, flew out to right field in the third inning. As I said earlier, 69 pitches coming into this inning for Barrett, as both starters, to this point anyway, remain in the game. One-two pitch just off the plate. Jones trying to leave it there and frame it up, but to no avail. 2-2 the count. Barrett slows down the pace a little, turns and tosses. Breaking ball high, 3-2. Izzy still down there warming up for the Battling Bishops as this one launched down into left field, but right there is Gassert for out number 1. One out, brings up the DH now, and Nate Gardner. Gardner hitting in the 4 spot. Right-handed junior batter out of Hertford, North Carolina. Gardner singled in the first, flew out to center in the third. This one out to center. Poropatic a couple of steps back, still tracking back, and makes the catch in deep center for out number 2.
Now batting for Bishops, number 27, Alec Titmus.
It'll bring up Alec Titmus now, the shortstop. Titmus 0 for 2, flew out to center in the first, struck out in the third inning. First pitch in for a strike on Titmus. Senior fires another one across the plate, 0-2. Here's the 0-2 offering. Swung on and fouled off to the right. Count will remain at 0-2 on Titmus. The 0-2 pitch again, hit high in the air, out towards left center. Gassert coming over, and he'll make the squeeze for out number 3. And for the third time today, the Panther defense comes up with a 1-2-3 inning. We'll take it to the top of the 7th, 3-2 Panthers with the lead, and we'll be back with more baseball right after this quick break. And welcome back out. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Panthers with a 3-2 lead. It'll be 9-1-2 coming up for the Panthers. And Weaver, Mixon, then Gassert. Porter remains on the mound. The starter for North Carolina Wesleyan as this one bunted in front of the plate. A little indecision between Porter and Wheat. And this will allow Weaver to lead things off on base.
Now batting for Panthers, number 24, Rhett Nixon.
2 for 3 now is Dawson Weaver. Panthers collect their 8th hit of the day, and we move back to the top of the lineup in Rhett Mixon. Mixon back at the top of the lineup. The right fielder scored twice today as a throwback to first, not in time. Bunt single, scored in the first. Drew a walk, stole a base, and scored in the third, and then reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th inning. Porter fires, the bunt attempt, and looks like that went off the leg of Wheat. And Wheat will get a chance to recollect his thoughts. I think as he was starting to come up out of his crouch, that went off the left thigh, it looked like, of Wheat. Looks like he's all right. Well, he hasn't stretched it out much or anything, or really made any indication that it's going to give him any problems. Probably get a good stretch now, going back down into the crouch. 0-1 the count. Bunt in front of the plate. Porter picks it up, goes to first to Kroom in time for 1 out. Weaver advances to second on the play.
Stepping up to bat for the Panthers, number 1, Jacob
So Weaver in the scoring position, one out now for the left fielder, Jacob Gassert. Gassert's RBI single in the first, had a sac bunt in the third, and then drew a walk in the fifth inning. The junior waits, hits this one down the line, deep shot, and just tailing foul by about 10 to 15 feet. That one jumped off the bat in a hurry. That wasn't even on the barrel, that was down more towards the hands. So Gassert with a long foul ball, 0-1 the count. Porter checks and fires, runner takes off, this one down low, and they're just going to let him take third. Weaver takes third. Wheat didn't even look up that time, or he saw him, didn't come out of his crouch rather. Said the Panthers have been very aggressive here in this game as now the infield comes in onto the grass. 1-1 the count, runner at third, one out. This pitch will be lined into center field for a single. One run will score, and an RBI single for Gassert. Scores Weaver to make it 4-2 Panthers here in the top of the seventh. And we'll see if this is it for Porter, and I think it may be, and it is. So Coach Long makes the call to the bullpen here. I believe that was 44 Heisey, but we'll have to double check. He was one of those warming up. Note number 40, Noah Schrock will come in, the sophomore righty.
Now on mound for the Bishops, number 40, Noah Schrock.
Schrock out of Nashville, North Carolina. Schrock making his 13th appearance of the season. Comes in with a 1-2 record with 2 saves. In 12 2/3 innings this year, Schrock has given up 19 hits, 11 runs. All 11 have been earned. He's walked 5, struck out 17. And right now, the sophomore righty, his ERA sitting at 7.82 on the season. .88 pitches today for Porter, 54 thrown for strikes unofficially. As Schrock comes in to face Poropanik with Gassert at first and one out. So Poropanik comes up, struck out in the first, reached on a fielder's choice in the third, and then flew out to right field in the fifth inning today. Runner takes off to second, Weed up with it, fires a strike, tapped on the head, and they'll call him out at second. Slight tap on the helmet from Pennington, who then retrieves the helmet for Gassert as he's caught stealing. So now 2 down, nobody aboard. 0-1 the count on Poropanik. That one up high. Count moves to 1-1. Panthers, I believe, have Stolen twice and been caught stealing twice. As this one up in foul territory, this one will drift right and out of play. Count moves now to 1-2 on the senior righty. One-two pitch. Outside, did he go? They will appeal. He did not. 2-2 the count. Here's the 2-2. Outside, 3-2. Paddock flashes this one foul off to the right. Came into today with a .312 batting average. This one up high and chasing is Paddock for strike number 3 and out number 3. And so Schrock comes in. And in 2/3 of an inning, able to take down the Panthers. Panthers, though, with 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, no one left. 4-2, LaGrange College with the lead over the battling Bishops of North Carolina Wesleyan. We'll move to the bottom of the 7th. Time to stretch here at Cleveland Field at Williamson Stadium. And we'll be back with more baseball right after this quick timeout. Welcome back out. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Battling Bishops with Kroom, Andrews, and Narendu up 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order. Up first, Trey Kroom, the first baseman. First pitch, breaking pitch, misses inside for ball 1. Kroom drew a walk and scored in the 2nd inning, then popped out to the shortstop in the 4th. This one outside, Barrett continuing on, the starter for the Panthers. Now up to 81 pitches. The 82nd one is up high, and that'll be ball 3. Three and 0 the count. Barrett turns and tosses. That one's in for a strike. Just caught the upper portion of the strike zone. So Porter's day is done. 88 pitches, 54 for strikes. In 6 1/3, he gave up 9 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, walked 2, struck out 1, and had 1 balk today. As Kroom fouls that one off, now 3 and 2 the count. Three and 2 the count. This one finds its way out into left field for a base hit. So Kroom leads things off here in the 7th with a single. It'll bring up Logan Andrews now, the left fielder. He's reached twice, singled, and was caught stealing in the second, and then walked and was caught stealing in the fourth. Barrett, the sign from Jones, the toss, up high for ball one. Throw back to first, not in time. There's a strike, 1-1 the count. North Carolina Wesleyan, by the way, 3 for 7 now with the leadoff batter getting aboard. Panthers are 5 of 7 here in this contest. As this one hits sharply past the Weaver, the second baseman, and back-to-back hits here to start the bottom of the 7th. Both tying runs are on board. Kroom goes to second. Andrews is at first. Brings up Caleb Nara, now the third baseman. 0 for 2. Popped out in foul territory in his last at-bat. Struck out back in the second in his first at-bat. Let's see if the Panthers decide to make a change here. Like they're just going to chalk things over. And it looks like, nope, they will go to the bullpen. And so Barrett's day is done after 6 complete. Panthers will bring in Zach English. English, number 4, the senior pitcher. Righty out of Oakwood, Georgia. English making his 24th appearance this season for the Panthers. Comes in with a 3-0 record and 3 saves on the year in 44 innings complete. He's given up 44 hits, 19 runs. 13 of those 19 have been earned. He's walked 5, struck out 25. And the ERA right now is sitting at 2.66 for the senior righty. As English completes his warm-up, he'll come in with Kroom at second, Andrews aboard at first. And he will face the number 9 man now, or excuse me, the number 8 man in Naren. English readies, checks, the sidewinder fires outside for ball 1. English almost leaning forward, corner infielders. Laberson at first on the grass, Patrick at third on the grass as well. They're watching for the bunt. Middle infield is in towards second, with Holland playing close to the bag at short. Outfield with a little bit of a gap in left center. Shifted more towards right as this one pushed foul off the third base side. Count goes to 1-1. Said Porter, 88 pitches in 6 1/3, 54 for strikes. Barrett in 6 innings, 88 pitches, 57 for strike. So both about even here today in terms of the starters. One and one the count. 2 on, nobody out. This one, third base side. English picks it up, looks to first, fires, and it's in time, but Narin does the job as Kroom advances to third. Andrews now in scoring position at second. So the tying runs in scoring position here. The Battling Bishops down 4-2, and the number 9 man, Cedric Cornegie, will come up, the center fielder. It'll go 1-4, by the way, on the putout if you're playing along at home. On that last out by Narin. First pitch to Cornegie, down the line and right, and just tailing foul and out of the reach of Mixon, who bounces off the fencing himself. Oh, and 1 the count. Cornegie, RBI bunt single in the second, and then grounded out to first in the 5th inning. Actually, that one is the one that took a deflection off the chest of Barrett and fell right into the lap of Laverson at first. Checked on it. They're going to appeal, and they will say no. Cornegie will agree as he shakes his head. No, I didn't go. One and one the count. English checks and fires. This one bouncing foul down the third base side. Count moves to 1-2. Cornegie, by the way, an impressive warm-up routine. Watching everybody warm up. Pretty good juggler down there. Bounced it off his knees as well. Showing both the juggling and the soccer skills. One and two the count. One out. Kroom aboard at third. Andrews at second. Tying runs in scoring position for the Battling Bishops. English, the sign from Jones, checks and fires. This one out towards center. Porapanic racing over to left center. Makes the grab. Fires a deep throw in. Cut off. As one will score. Kroom comes in from third and makes it a 4-3 contest now. So Kroom scores from third. Andrews stays put at second. Battling Bishops within one at 4-3, and we'll move back to the top of the order now with 2 outs and a runner at second. It's Brad Pennington, the second baseman, due up. Pennington singled and scored in the first, drew a walk in the second, and then grounded out to short in the 5th as English fires one in there on the inside corner. 0-1 the count to the second baseman. This one fouled off. Look out. That one travels into the dugout. Oh, and 2 the count on Pennington. Tying run still standing at second for the Battling Bishops. English releases this one, a high hopper towards second. He'll have to wait for it to come down. Weaver to first, and just in time in front of a head-first slide from Pennington. a la Charlie Hustle, but came up just a little bit short. Battling Bishops, though, they get one here in the bottom of the 7th to make it a one-run ball game. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. We'll take it to the top of the 8th. Panthers 4, Battling Bishops 3, and we'll have more baseball for you right after this quick timeout. And welcome back out as we go to the top of the 8th inning. 4-3, Panthers with the lead. They're back at the plate. Larison releases on the first pitch, and this one's hit deep towards the fencing. It'll roll all the way to the fencing. Larison around second, and he's going to hold off now after a good throw from the outfield. And so Larison will start things off, and the Panthers are now 6 for 8 in the leadoff position here today. For Larison, that's his 6th double of the year. He thought about going for his 7th triple of the year, but was held up. So 1 on for the DH now. McKinley Earns in the 5 spot. Jones to follow him. The catcher is this bunt at third base side. It'll stay fair. Nairn comes up on the run, fires to first, and it will not be in time. Look close, Kroom. Still standing there with the baseball as Irv's able to beat it out. Larison will go to third. Irv's aboard at first, and Schrock here coming in relief. Finish off the last 2/3 of an inning of the 7th for Porter. Now he's giving up back-to-back hits here to start the 8th. Brings up Austin Jones now, the catcher. Jones reached on an error in the 2nd, hit into a double play in the 4th, and then had a sac fly RBI in the 6th inning. Panthers with a 4-3 lead right now here in the top of the 8th. 4 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for the Panthers. 3 runs on 6 hits and 2 errors for the Battling Bishops. As Schrock fires the first pitch high for ball 1. Schrock fires again, just foul tip down. 1-1 the count. Barrett, by the way, his day done for the Panthers. 88 pitches, 57 thrown for strikes, and 6 innings complete. 6 hits given up, 3 runs, all 3 earned, walked 3, struck out 3. After facing 25 batters today. That pitch low and inside. Count moves to 2-1. Porter, the starter for the Battling Bishops, went 6 1/3, gave up 9 hits, 4 runs, 3 of the 4 earned, walked 2, struck out 1 after facing 29 batters today. And so now it's up to the relievers here for both teams as that one inside. 3-1 the count on Austin Jones, the catcher. This one hangs and up and back foul. Count now runs to full at 3-2. Irvs aboard at first, Laverson at third for the Panthers. Schrock the sign from Weed. Here's the payoff. Down low, ball 4, he walked him. So this will load things up with nobody out here in the top of the 8th for LaGrange College. It'll put Jones at first, Irvs at second, Laverson at third. Nobody out now for the third baseman, Jackson Patrick. And now we'll see if it looks like another change may be coming here for the Battling Bishops, and that'll do it for Schrock. So Schrock goes 2/3 of an inning to finish off the 7th. Cannot register an out here in the Battling Bishops with their third pitcher of the day now set to warm up. It's number 32, Michael Smith.
Now on the mound for the Battling Bishops, number 32, Michael Smith.
Smith, a sophomore right-handed pitcher out of Rose Hill, North Carolina. On the season, Smith making his 12th appearance of the year for the Battling Bishops. In 10 1/3 innings, he's given up 13 hits, 6 runs, 4 of the 6 have been earned. He's walked 3, struck out 8. And the sophomore righty with an ERA right now at 3.48 for North Carolina Wesleyan. So Smith comes in. In dubious position with the bases loaded, nobody out. His last appearance came back against Randolph-Macon on April 5th, where he went an inning and 2/3 and a 10-1 loss there for the Battling Bishops. So Smith comes in, the runners aboard, all the responsibility of Schrock. And Smith will try to get the Battling Bishops out of this jam without giving up anything more and trying to hold the Panthers to just their 1-run lead as the infield. Now playing in, corners of Kroom and Nairn step off the grass. The middle infield in as well. As Jackson Patrick at the plate, 2 for 3 today. A couple of singles for Patrick. First pitch, breaking ball, just off the end of the bat, foul. Patrick singled in the 2nd and the 6th inning. Flew out to right field in the 4th. Laverson at 3rd, Irvs at 2nd, Jones aboard at 1st for the Panthers. Smith tosses inside, he hit him, and this will bring a run in. That ball started a little bit behind Patrick, didn't have a lot of velocity on it, and it ended up just kind of doinking right off the left shoulder. So the bases remain loaded. Now a 5-3 game. And it brings up Rhett Holland, the shortstop, who's 0 for 3 today. First pitch swung on and popped up and back out of play. 0-1 the count.
we go. That's it.
This pitch catches the outside edge. Nice looking break on that one from Smith.
Come on, man. Put the play.
0-2 the count on Holland. Erz at third. Jones is at second. Jackson Patrick aboard at first for the Panthers. And now Smith wants to reset. Holland steps back in. The junior waits on it, and that one's down low for a ball. 1-2 the count. One-two count here in this righty-lefty matchup. The pitch, reaching out, tapping. Pitcher fires home to Wheat for one, and gets the lead runner in Irvs out at home. So Holland's aboard on the fielder's choice. The bases remain loaded. Jones goes to third. Patrick over to second. Holland to first. It'll go 1-2 on the putout, and it looks like they will head to another pitcher. And so Smith in for two batters. And they will bring on 23. Galen Beaver.
Now on the mound for the Battling Bishops, number 23, Galen Beaver.
So Smith exits after a third, facing only two. They bring on Galen Beaver now, a sophomore lefty. Beaver out of Waxhaw, North Carolina. On the year, Beaver making just his fourth appearance of the season. Comes in with a 1-0 record. Beaver just 3 2/3 inning under his belt this year. He's given up 6 hits, 4 runs, all 4 earned, 1 walk, no strikeouts. An ERA at 9.82 for the sophomore lefty. And Beaver will check in as the 4th pitcher of record here for North Carolina Wesleyan. Battling Bishops down 5-3 here in the top half of the 8th inning. Bases are loaded still, just 1 out here for the Panthers. And they'll bring up the number 9 man, Dawson Weaver. Weaver 2 for 3 today. Flew out to foul territory down the left field side in the 2nd. Came up in the 5th and singled, had a bunt single and scored in the 7th. So they'll go lefty-lefty here. First pitch from Beaver. Outside for ball 1. One and 0 the count. Beaver to Weaver, bunted third base side. Panthers will score. A double pat of the ball by Narron as he goes to first. Panthers were off and running on that one, as Jones will score from third to make it 6-3 Panthers. Patrick goes to third. Holland goes to second. Weaver out at first on the 5-3 putout. So the Panthers have added 2 to their lead here in the top of the 8th. Now lead at 6-3 as we move back to the top of the order. And Rhett Mixon, the right fielder. Another lefty up, takes the first pitch for a strike. Mixon, bunt single and scored in the first. Drew a walk, solo base, scored in the third. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th, had a sac bunt in the 7th. Comes up here with 2 outs, runners at 2nd and 3rd. He'll reach out and place this one out into left field. 1 run will score. They'll send the second. The throw home. Did they get him? They're going to say safe. The ball was dropped by Wheat. Just sliding in there was Holland. They had sent him. The throw was on target, but Wheat couldn't hang on to it at home. And the Panthers, with their 4th run of the inning, now lead 8-3. Mixon, after all is said and done, a single and ends up at 2nd on the throw. As the Panthers have padded the lead here in the top of the 8th now with Gassert at the plate. He'll hit this one, and this will bloop its way out into right center field. Coming around from 2nd to score is Mixon. As the Panthers have opened it up here in the top of the 8th, now lead at 9-3. Brings up Porapanic. He'll be the 9th batter of the inning here for the Panthers. The runner at first, nobody out, and that'll do it for Beaver. And we'll bring in number 34, Robert Burns.
Now on the mound for the Bishops, number 34, Robert Burns.
This will be the 3rd pitching change of the inning for the battling Bishops. They'll bring in Burns, a sophomore righty, making his 8th appearance of the year. Comes in with an 0-2 record in 12 1/3 innings. He's given up 15 runs, 12 hits, 7 of the 12 have been earned. He's walked 7, struck out 8. And ERA sitting at 5.11. Right now for Robert Burns, a sophomore, right-handed pitcher. Burns hails from Longs, South Carolina. Will be the 5th pitcher of the game and the 3rd different one here in the inning. As we said earlier, the 9th batter of the inning coming up for the Panthers in James Porapanic, the center fielder. Comes up with 2 outs and Gassert aboard at first.
Go, Poro.
Porapanic struck out in the first. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd inning. Flew out to right in the 5th and then struck out again in the 7th. Porapanic 0 for 4 so far today for the Panthers. 0-1 the count. As Burns deals and hits him in the back. Second hit batsman of the inning.
Now batting for Panthers, number 20, Jack Larson.
And so we will go once again to Jack Larison, who started off the inning. Saw 1 pitch, hit a double, and ended up scoring to start off this 8th inning for the Panthers. First pitch Larison trying to tag it hard again off the top of the bat. And foul, 0-1 the count. As now it looks like they're going to get some fresh baseball. A little agua for the home plate umpire as well. Now both umpires get a little relief here. Don't forget, we got 2 more games coming up today here on the slate. 4 teams remaining here in this tournament. Next game scheduled to start at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. It'll be Methodist and Piedmont doing battle. The winner will advance to tonight's game, and the loser will bow out here in the tournament. The winner of this game here will advance tomorrow's championship game, scheduled, I believe, for noon Eastern Time. Burns now going to be granted a couple more warm-ups. This pitch skips deep off the plate. Both runners started and then did their best to get back. A little shuffle off the Buffalo that time. Coming off of first base for poor Paddock. Paddock at first, Gassert aboard at second. 2 outs. Burns with check and fire. This one low. 2-1 the count now to Larison. And both starters did well, going 6 1/3 for Porter, 6 even for Barrett. Battling Bishops, though, they've struggled in relief. Schrock, 3 runs given up on 2 hits. Smith followed, no hits given up, but 1 run given up by Smith as a strike called. 2-2 the count, or excuse me, 3-2. Beaver then came in, gave up 2 hits and 1 run. Burns now the 5th pitcher here in this contest for the Battling Bishops. 3-2 the count, 2 on, 2 out. The runners start to move, and this one off the end of the bat and foul. Count remains at 3-2. Burns checking again. Gassert at second, Poropanik at first. This pitch popped up and back, and he'll get to see another one. 10th batter here of the inning for the Panthers. As Larison, a 2 for 4 day so far today. A single, a double, and 2 runs scored. 3-2 the count again. A check and a toss. This one hit hard. Ooh, takes a hop and right past the head. Oh, it might have gone off the head of Kroom as he's still laying on the ground. 1 run scores. A second one will score, and now we need to check on Kroom because that one took a wicked hop off the dirt and I think hit him off the side of the head before it skipped its way out to right field. As they'll check on Kroom, Gassard scores and Portapatic scores, but more importantly, checking on the health of Kroom here. He looks to be all right. I'll give Larison the triple, so now he's 1 away from the cycle here in this one. A single, a double, and a triple, but Kroom looks to be all right out there. Junior out of Wilmington, North Carolina, remains at first. Larison at third now. And it brings up the DH, McKinley Ernst, for the second time here in the inning. Batter number 11 for the Panthers here in the top of the 8th. Couple of singles today for the DH as that one gets away from Wheat. Striding in from third will be Larison, and the Panthers add another tally. Third run scored on the day for Larison. And the Panthers now with 8 runs here in the 8th. Coming into this inning, it was just a 4-3 contest. Panthers bats have come alive as a strike called. 8 runs on 5 hits thus far here in the inning. This one head high, just buzzing past McKinley Ernst. There's now Burns and Wheat. We'll have a discussion and get broken up quickly by the home plate umpire. 3-1 the count to McKinley Ernst, the DH. Panthers now with 12 runs on 14 hits, 1 error, 3 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for the battling Bishops. Ernst fires. Ernst hits it out towards right. Johnson waiting, reaching up, and makes the grab for out number 3 in the inning over after 12 batters come to the plate for LaGrange College. Or excuse me, 11 batters come to the plate for LaGrange College. 8 runs, 5 hits, no errors, no one left. 12-3, Panthers with the lead as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Battling Bishops coming back to the plate, and we'll be back with more baseball right after this quick timeout. Welcome back out as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. 12-3, Panthers now with the lead. Battling Bishops will come up with Johnson, Wheat, and Gardner, 2, 3, and 4 in the batting order. English comes on after having a long sit there in the top of the 8th. See how the Sidewinder does. Fires the first pitch. This one sky high into right. Mixon waiting for it to come down and makes the catch for out number 1. English going into his second full inning of relief for the Panthers. Here in the bottom of the 8th, that brings up Brandon Wheat now, the catcher. Wheat started out with a sac fly RBI in the first, then flew out to center in the third, and flew out to left field in the 6th. First pitch to the righty inside for ball 1. 1-0 stays inside, 2-0 the count. Two-0 pitch finds the plate. Count moves down to 2-1 on Weed. Junior Wayne's now 3-1. English firing quickly here for the Panthers. English, the sign, he'll deal. That one called a strike, 3-2. Three-two pitch, grounded towards second. Takes a sure roll to Weaver, fires to Larison at first for out number 2. So bring up the DH now, and Nate Gardner. Junior righty. Hitting in the cleanup spot today, the DH. 1 for 3, singled in the first, and he's flown out to center field twice. This one line shot just past the glove of Holland, and that'll be in there for a 2-out hit. So Gardner from the cleanup spot trying to start a rally here for the Battling Bishops. Brings up Alec Titmus now, the shortstop, who's 0 for 3 today. A couple of flyouts and a strikeout. Gardner at first, hoping Titmus can keep things going as this one chopped its way out into left field, and he does keep things going. Runners at first and second now for the Battling Bishops. So bring up the first baseman now, Trey Kroom. Kroom has reached twice today, walked and scored in the second, popped out to short in the fourth, and then singled and scored in the 7th inning. He scored 2 out of the 3 runs so far today for North Carolina Wesleyan. English zips the first one in there for a strike on Kroom. Gardner aboard at second, Titmus aboard at first. English throws outside. Good backhand down by Jones. Keeping that ball down and in front of them. Having to quickly come out of his crouch. This pitch in there for a strike. One and two the count, 2 outs, 2 on. That pitch low and outside. Count runs now to 2-2 on Kroom. This one down the line and right, and tailing foul. Here's the 2-2. Just misses inside. Count goes to 3-2 now on Kroom. So after the first two retired, Gardner able to single. Titmus followed him up with a single. Kroom trying to keep this inning alive here for the Battling Bishops. Runners take off. This one hit high in the air towards Poropatic in center. He'll wait, make the catch, and that'll be out number 3 of the inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We'll take it to the top of the 9th. Panthers with a 12-3 lead. And we'll be back with more USA South baseball right after this quick timeout. And welcome back out. We go to the top of the 9th inning. 12-3. Panthers with the lead. They'll come back to the plate here with Jones, Patrick, and then Holland. 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order. Up first is Austin Jones, the catcher. Reached on an error in his second. Hit into a double play in the 4th. Sac fly RBI in the 6th, and then drew a walk and scored in the 8th inning. He'll face Burns, who remains in as the 5th reliever of the day, or the 5th pitcher of the day. For the Battling Bishops. That one down low. Gets underneath Wheat. Count moves to 1-1. Don't forget USA South softball action going on as well. No score yet from Salem and Averett. Maryville and Covenant top of the 3rd. That one is scoreless as well. The 1-1 offering swung on and missed. One-two count. That pitch behind him. 2-2. Of course, the next game slated for 3 p.m. Eastern. I don't know if we'll reach that one. Be a little bit later. Between Methodist and Piedmont. Winner will advance. The loser will bow out. And the winner will play against the loser here of this game tonight around 6. Is this one blasted out towards center. Long run. Cornegie. And over his head as Cornegie spills into the fencing around second. Heading for third. The throw coming in. It will be late. And Austin Jones will find himself tracking all the way to third to lead off here for the Panthers. So Jones in there with the triple. That's his first of the year. Brings up Jackson Patrick now, the third baseman. Patrick, a couple of singles, a fly out to center as well. Last time up, he was hit by a pitch and scored in the 8th inning. Oh, 1 pitch in there for his strike. 0-2 now on Patrick. The senior righty waits. Here's the 0-2. Fouled off. Count remains 0-2. Of course, don't forget later on today, or tomorrow rather, is that pitch inside. And I think they're going to say it hit him. So that'll be the second hit batsman by Burns today. Puts runners on the corners at first and third for Rhett Holland, the shortstop. Jones aboard at third, Patrick aboard at first. Holland grounded out to second in the second inning. Did the same thing again in the 5th. Flew out to left field in the 6th inning, then reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the 8th. First pitch he sees is in there for a strike. Said men's lacrosse action will take place tomorrow. See live video of that at 4:30 and 7:30 Eastern Time. Huntington at Greensboro at 4:30. Piedmont and Methodist in men's lacrosse action tomorrow night at 7:30. Of course, men's tennis also getting underway. Women's lacrosse should be some finals in for us here. Is that pitch low and inside. One final in women's lacrosse. In one semifinal, it was Meredith 24-6 over Greensboro. Piedmont and Methodist also playing today as this one hit sharply and into the glove on a great backhanded play by Titmus at short. Got down on his knees and just able to scrape the leather above the dirt to make the catch for out number 1. Oh, double play. Oh, okay, I see. Double play. That'll go 6-5 on the DP for the double play. 2 outs for Dawson Weaver now. Runner at first. That pitch down low. Weaver flew out to foul territory in the second inning. Singled in the 5th. One single and a run scored in the 7th. And had a sac bunt RBI in the 8th. Pitch here, he'll swing and lift it sky high. Pennington waiting for it to reorbit. It comes down, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. Panthers, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We'll move to the bottom of the 9th, 12-3. Panthers with the lead, and come up at the bottom half of the ninth for the Battling Bishops, as they'll have 7, 8, and 9 coming up in Andrews, Narren, and Carnegie here to try to keep their hopes alive here in this contest at Cleveland Field at Williamson Stadium. Back with more baseball after this. Welcome back out. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Panthers with a 12-3 lead. Andrews, Narren, and Carnegie, 7, 8, 9 in the batting order, due up here for the Battling Bishops, as they'll face off now against number 9, Tanner Chafin, a freshman righty out of Cumming, Georgia. First pitch from Chafin in there for a strike. He'll be the third Panther pitcher of the day. Chafin making his 10th appearance of the year in 9 1/3 innings. Has given up 13 hits, 7 runs, 4 of the 7 earned. As this one chopped to third, up with it Patrick, goes to Larison at first for out number 1.
Now batting for the Bishops, number 29, Caleb Narren.
One away and brings up Caleb Narren now, the third baseman. Narren struck out in the second, popped out in foul territory in the fourth, and then had a sac bunt in the seventh. As the lefty comes to the plate, first pitch he sees is outside for ball 1. Chafin just to finish off the line on him. 7 runs given up, 4 of those earned. He's walked 7, struck out 7. Walked 4 rather, struck out 7. And ERA sitting at 3.86 for the freshman righty. 1-1 the count. The pitch low and outside. 2-1. Two one in there for his strike. 2-2 the count. Two pitch off the ground. That one's lifted up and golfed down into left field for a base hit. Started to dive down on there and able to just keep it up and line it over the head of Holland at short. So 1 on, 1 out now as Narren finds himself aboard at first, and the number 9 man, Carnegie, comes up, the center fielder. Punt single, RBI in the second inning. Knocked one off of Barrett and then to force first base to get out in the 5th, and then a sac fly RBI in the 7th. This one dribbles foul down the third base side. 1-1 the count, 1 on, 1 out. That pitch across the plate for a strike, 1-2. So English's day is done for the Panthers. Went 2 innings, gave up just 2 hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Faced 8 today, did English in relief. Count now moves to 2-2. English 25 pitches, 17 of those for strikes today. 2-2 offering. Reaching out, swinging, and coming up empty. Base is occupied at first, and that will end Cornegie. So the Battling Bishops now down to their final out. Runner at first in the form of Narin. We go back to the top of the order, and Brad Pennington, the second baseman, up. 1 on, 2 outs. Swing and a miss by Pennington for strike 1. Pennington singled and scored in the first, reached on an error, walked in the second. Grounded out to short in the 5th, and then grounded out to second in the 7th inning. This one down the line and drifting foul. On a play off the right side. Count quickly 0-2 now on Pennington. The 0-2 called strike 3, and that will end the ball game. And the Panthers will move on and play tomorrow. In the championship game, they have yet to drop a game here in the tournament. North Carolina Wesleyan will face off against the winner of the next contest. Later on tonight, they'll play the winner of either Methodist or Piedmont coming up next year at Cleveland Field at Williamson Stadium. Final score 12-3, Panthers win it. 12 runs on 15 hits, 1 error, and 6 left for the Panthers. 3 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors, and 7 left on base for the Battling Bishops. Colin Barrett picks up the win. He'll improve to 6-4 on the year. Porter is the loss. He drops to 1-3 on the season. All in all, Panthers improved to 25-15 overall. North Carolina Wesleyan falls to 21-22 here in 2018. We'll have game number 2 on the slate coming up for you in just a little bit between the Monarchs of Methodist and the Lions of Piedmont College. And stay tuned with us here for more USA South baseball action right after this short pause.